Hey guys, it's Zach Mueller here to give you an update on the Fontaine playing cards. I come to you all today with some slightly bad news and some slightly good news. A few days ago, myself and my family were working overtime to ship out all these packages to you, packaging them up, taping them, putting on labels and all that jazz, and we ran into a tiny little problem. A teeny tiny problem. Really tiny, like 3 centimeters tiny. On the bottom of some of the Fontaine boxes, we noticed a tiny little smudge in the ink. We looked through more and more bricks, and eventually we found out that this little smudge appears on over half of the 2,500 decks. I know. It kinda sucks. So a few days ago, we completely halted the production of shipping and packing these decks to find a solution. So far, the packages that we did send out do not have any smudges as far as we know. Now, the bricks that we sent out may very well have this smudge because obviously we didn't break open the seal of the brick when we sent out a brick because we want you to have that enjoyment of opening it. So we contacted Bicycle to see if they could reprint the decks and replace the amount of decks that have the smudges on them, and they said they could, but it would take 3 weeks' time and there would be no guarantee that the reprinted decks wouldn't also have the same smudges. Really, Bicycle? Really? Bicycle says this happens sometimes, apparently, with the finishing process, and yeah, I'm pretty freaking disappointed that I can't reprint the decks and have them guaranteed that they'll be fine. And on top of all of this, I'm sick. So the world is not a fan of me this week. Obviously, I do not want to keep you all waiting. You've been so amazingly patient and excited, and I appreciate that so much. And the last thing I want is to make you wait 3 more weeks and then get decks that have the exact same problem. That would suck. The cards themselves, thank goodness, are all equally beautiful and have no imperfections that we've found. They handle amazingly, and as long as you can get over that tiny little smudge on the bottom of the box, the deck is still pretty awesome. Now onto the good news. I feel really awful that some of these decks came out smudged, and even though this was an error on Bicycle's behalf, I cannot help but feel responsible for this error, so here's what I'm gonna do. Every package that contains these smudged decks, no matter if you bought 1 deck or an entire brick, if the cards are smudged, I am throwing in 1 free Fontaine deck in addition to however many you bought. I'm giving you 1 for free. No, that doesn't make the smudge go away, but it is the least I can do to show my apologies for this error. So starting today, we are continuing that shipping process, and you should be getting your decks next week. You'll either open your package and it will be the exact amount you ordered with no smudges whatsoever, or it'll be the exact amount you ordered with the tiny little smudge and 1 free Fontaine deck. And you can do whatever you want with it. You could use it, or save it, or put it on eBay. I really don't care what you do with it, but I hope that it at least makes up for this error a little tiny bit. And to be fair, it will be completely random whether you receive a free deck or the clean decks. And that is it. It has been one of the most stressful weeks of my entire life, getting the cards in and organizing them and packaging them and shipping them and printing the shipping labels. We have over 370 orders to all over the world, and then finding out that there's smudges on the decks, and then contacting Bicycle and trying to figure out what the best case scenario is. It's been way more work than I could have ever imagined, but it's also been really rewarding. So thank you for all of your patience and excitement and enthusiasm about these decks. I really hope you guys like these decks just as much, even with this tiny little smudge, and I cannot wait to see these decks in your hands. I probably want to see them in your hands more than you do, as weird as that sounds. And in light of all this, there will be no download release this coming Friday. I was going to release the Turnkey Switch, but it is just not anywhere near what I want it to be. I really want it to be perfect before I release it, so it'll probably release sometime later in May. I just want it to be as good as it can be, and it's not quite ready yet, and I need to focus on the Fontaine decks right now. So sorry about that. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, you can email me at zach@theory11.com. I'm happy to answer your question, and that's about it. I will see you guys next time.